All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakah HaKadosh. Also want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS that rule well and teach well forgiveness, 100% truth. All right, this is going to just a little news and prophecy update. I was just going to play 3 minutes of this video, and then I'm going to hit a few precepts, and that'll be it.
This is where they would theoretically be staging and be their base for operations, not just in Chicago, but all across the region. And interestingly, there is a big National Guard armory in Maywood, which is literally a couple miles down Roosevelt Road from that Broadview detention facility. I know we had a reporter out there this morning trying to figure out if there was going to be some activity there. They didn't see any. So this is shrouded in secrecy right now. We don't have a lot of questions. And
that's for many different reasons.
Right. It's important to note that the judge declined to put a ruling in place immediately, like the judge in Portland had done. They put an immediate injunction on deploying the National Guard. Here, the judge said we've got 500 pages of argument from the state, the plaintiff here in this lawsuit. She wants to go through it and then make a decision on Thursday. Now, she had urged the federal government to hold off deployment of the National Guard until then, which it looks like is not happening unless they're just going to remain in the staging facility until they do get deployed.
Okay, so that is our view, again, on the ground there in Elwood. We also have a view from Broadview, if we can. Okay, we lost the chopper video from Broadview. Let's go to Kristi Noem. We know that she's in Portland.
Yeah, the Homeland Security Secretary.
We are expecting her to speak any moment there. Of course, we believe she was here last week.
Well, we know she was here. We saw her here last week. She, famously had tweeted a picture of herself being turned down trying to use a public restroom. And not a public, I'm sorry, a private restroom at in the municipal building in Broadview. By the way, I interviewed the mayor of Broadview there before that, and I remember seeing a sign that said no public restrooms. So it seems like, everyone's getting the same treatment here, that, you need to be there on business if you're going to be using the restroom. But she was visiting that ICE facility, and now we understand that she's in Portland. She was in Broadview. She caused a lot of contention. She had driven through a crowd of protesters.
Right.
And there have been a lot of social media videos put out, a lot of influencers that ride along with her. So this is one of the things I brought up a lot. The striking thing about Operation Midway Blitz, not just the aggressiveness of it, but the PR aspect of it, the messaging. They're really doing photo ops, creating lots of videos, and then putting them out on social media, trying to get a lot of folks, I think, acquainted with their operations in a city like Chicago or in a city like Portland.
And so one of those videos that was from our area, of course, showed what happened in
South Shore.
South Shore. That was maybe one of the biggest areas of contention there. Also, Bronzeville was featured in that video. And again, part of the argument, I guess, against these operations is the fact that people feel they're creating chaos to then send in National Guard troops. Now, there was a case that was won for Portland. Can you talk?
You hear that? She was saying some people feel like they're creating chaos. I'm going to play that again. I guess they forget it.
Showed what happened in
South Shore.
South Shore. That was maybe one of the biggest areas of contention there. Also, Bronzeville was featured in that video. And again, part of the argument, I guess, against these operations is the fact that people feel they're creating chaos to then send in National Guard troops.
Yeah, the spirit was on me to get on this.
That was won for Portland.
She was right.
You're talking about the injunction on that.
Them causing chaos. Because that it's this thing called ordo chao. Yeah, this is it right here. So they're gonna use chaos to establish order, right? They're gonna use chaos to establish that new world order, which is going to issue that chip out, right? Pretty much, it's gonna try to justify them doing it, right? So this is ordo. It should say ordo chao. Okay, it's a Latin phrase for order from chaos. Okay, so I asked Chat GPT, and I says ordo ab chao is used to establish a new order, and it says yes, you're absolutely right. Ordo ab chao, Latin for order from chaos, is often used to symbolize the establishment of a new order after a period of disorder, collapse, or upheaval. Okay, so that's what these devils are trying to do. They trying to cause all this chaos to issue in this new world order. That way they can start, issuing out that MOTB. Okay, it's just they doing it in gradualism. Okay, just like how they did that serpent juice. Okay, so they're trying to stir up, all this stuff because they were going off, ICE agents were supposed to get immigrants. They were going after the Latin tribes. Now you see they going after the southern tribes, southern kingdom. Okay, you so-called Negroes. Okay, zip tying babies and all the other stuff, just on a whole different game plan. Okay, that's why you can't trust this devil. All right, that's why it says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Who's the wicked? The so-called white T-man, which are Edomites. Okay, that's ruling the world, starting with the top elites. Okay, so it's all a part of their scheme that they're doing. Okay, that's why the scripture says, let's get 2 Corinthians. So 2:11, 2 Corinthians 2. 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan shall get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay, so we ain't ignorant of Esau's schemes he got going on. Okay, we are very well of what he's trying to do. Alright, that's why the scripture says knowledge and stability should be, let's get that, I don't want to butcher that. I think it's, where is that at? Knowledge. Stability. I think it's Isaiah 33:6. I think. Okay, this is Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time, and strength of salvation for the fear of Yahweh is his treasure. Okay, so we're not ignorant of what Esau got going on. Okay, so Esau think that he's slick and that he don't know that we know that he's causing all this chaos for the issue of that new world order that they've been that they've been plotting for years and years. Okay, now they enforcing it. Okay, that's why the scripture said Revelations. Let's go Revelations 12:12. Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice, you heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come upon unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Okay, so this devil, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called white T-man, know that he got a short time. So that's why he's trying to hurry up, and push this new world order, and coming down with great wrath, because he know he got nothing but a short time. Okay, that's why the scripture says, let's get that, the second Esdras. Let's go to the Apocrypha. Because they know their kingdom is done. Let's get second Esdras. I think it's 6 and 9. So the second Esdras 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of that follow. Okay, so Esau know that his time is coming to an end, so he's trying to hurry up and issue this chip and push this new world order. Okay, so that's all part of the plan, to just start out with everything, chaos, everything, just people going nuts, civil war. He know is that it's going to piss people off. Okay, and once it piss people off, then people gonna start rebellion. Okay, so it's all important. It's all a part of this plan of this devil. All right. So now let's get Proverbs. Let's get 4:16. Proverbs 4:16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause someone to fall. So these devils, man, they can't sleep unless they do some wicked shit. Finding ways where they can cause chaos and all the wicked shit all the schemes they try to do with trying to depopulate. That's why the scripture said that, they were created to be the wicked. Let's see if I can get that in let's get that in the NLT. Let's get that. This is Proverbs 4:16 in the AMP. For the wicked cannot sleep unless they do evil, and they are deprived of sleep unless they make someone stumble and fall. Okay, so these devils pretty much, they can't sleep unless they do wickedness. Okay, they don't get off. They get off to doing wickedness. Okay? Because what the scripture said, because the power is in their hand. Let's get that. Get Micah. This is Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it's in the power of their hand. Yeah, because they were given that power to be the wicked. Okay, that's why it says Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Who's the wicked? Malachi 1:4. All right, the Edomites, the so-called white men, starting with the elites. Right? Let's get this in the NLT. Get that AMP. Woe to those who devise wickedness and plot evil on their beds. When morning comes, they practice evil, because it's in the power of their hands. Okay, so it's their kingdom and it's in the power of their hands right now. So, they find ways to try to find evil ways to try to depopulate, ways to just do the most wickedest shit. All right, because it's in the power of their hands. There's no one to tell them, hey, don't do that. Okay, and I'm talking about these elites. Now let's get so they're gonna try to push this new world order, and as soon as they about to fill their belly, that's when Yahweh Shem Yahshua is gonna come in and just cut them off, right? Let's get Job 20:23. This Job 20:23. When he's about to fill his belly, okay, when he's about to that his new world order, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and he shall rain it, and it shall rain it upon him while he's eating. So when he's about to fill his belly with this new world order and this chip, okay, Yahweh Shem Yahshua is gonna cut his ass off, right? So when he's thinking he's about to just he about to just overcome and do what he want to do, that's when Yahweh Shem Yahshua, that's when Yahweh Shem Yahshua is gonna step in. All right, so this devil, he think he's slick, but like I said, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Let's get Job 5:12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands could not perform their enterprise. What's one of that? That new world order. Okay, what he's trying to establish right now, right? Why trying to get everybody chipped. He wants to control everything that you do. Okay, and this is just the beginning of what's going to come. Okay, they got to start the chaos. That way they can issue that martial law. That way they can, sooner or later, it's not just going to be in Chicago. It's going to be throughout America. It's just a part of their schemes. All right. That's why when that lady said it's nothing but confusion, yes, because Babylon means confusion. Okay, that's why America is Mystery Babylon. Okay, because there ain't nothing but confusion over here. All right. So that's all I got. I just want to say shalom.